Hey guys, this is Avery Buchanan, otherwise known as Toyo Fan, but don't call me that from now on. I'm changing my name to LuxxRider. Over the next couple weeks or next couple days, I'll have this random show, which is called the Lux Show, which is basically just me talking about sports, celebrity news, basically anything under the sun. And this is my take on it. So I don't care. I don't know what your take on it is. If you have a different take on it, please comment. You know, me personally, I'm just gonna tell you, man, it's just I'm a huge racing fan. All motorsports. I don't judge. And I'm a very huge action sports guy. I like all that stuff. Not too much into celebrities and yeah, but I'll try. So, topic for today is since I'm a big NASCAR fan, um, topic today is Ford. Ford, I'm telling you guys, for all you people who watch NASCAR, as you know, just give you a rundown for people who haven't, is Ford started out the season, like I said, new season, and pretty much they ran good. I mean, David Reagan in the sixth Ford for Roush Fenway, almost won the Daytona 500 because it's kind of screwed for a rule. And Trevor Bayne in a Roush powered Ford, Roush engine powered Ford, Wood Brothers, pulled up the upset of the year, taking a car that has not won a race since 2001 to Figure Lane in a race that they have not won since 1976. So that was big news in here, and I think that was a feel good story of the Daytona 500. And I think that was feel good story of sports. I mean, this kid only 20 years old went out and won the biggest race in the prize, beating out guys like four-time champs like Jeff Gordon, five-time champs Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart, all these guys. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm happy about it. And then Ford didn't stop there. They had a good run at Phoenix. Not that really good run there, but they turned it around. Carl Edwards basically dominated Las Vegas. That's two wins for Ford if you're counting up. And then just it was just on and on and on. And people were saying, "Oh, well, what about RCR? RCR did good. Kevin Harvick. Yeah, that's one drive." And I'm kind of give Kevin Harvick his props right here. Two races in a row, Martinsville and California, two tough tracks to win on, and you both do it. Give him the nickname, the closer. Good job. Um, and then Joe Gibbs. Joe Gibbs kind of going to struggle, but I think Kyle Busch is like kind of the captain of the ship. Get behind me, I'll lead you right. But Ford, not only did they do that, they also had a strong running at Martinsville, and top to top went all Roush Fenway cars finished in the top seven. Was it seven? Yeah, seven. That has not happened since I want to say since 2008. Like they said, I'm watching NASCAR now, but that's what they said. 2008, and that in itself is really big. And Kenseth won the race. Edwards had a chance up front. Edwards actually won the nationwide race the day before, and Biffle had a good run. It seemed like, and truly, the point of this video of what I'm talking about right now is, I think everyone's talking about who's going to be what driver is going to step up and give Jimmy Johnson the five in a row champ a run for his money. And I truly think, as a NASCAR fan and a guy who's really optimistic, I like to go all ways neutral. I truly think it is Ford. I don't think it's one driver this year because believe me, I'm gonna take you back. 2007, they asked who's gonna challenge Jimmy Johnson for a championship. Who's gonna win the championship? Jimmy and Jeff Gordon, his own teammate, four-time champ. They challenged. Jimmy won. Then Carl Edwards looked good at the end of that year, so they said, "Oh, can Carl challenge?" And he did. Carl challenged, but he came up short. The year after that, Mark Martin had a good season. Another Hendrick teammate. He challenged, lost. And then this last year was the biggest challenge for Jimmy Johnson, as rated as NASCAR champion is. Not only did he have one guy, he had two, Harvick and Denny Hamlin, who had outstanding years. And neither of them were able to close. So my news to all you media guys is, don't ever say what driver's going to do it, because I don't know. But truly, I think the difference between this year is it's not going to be one driver. I think it's going to be entire manufacturer. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's Ford. Ford, in my mind, since watching NASCAR from the very beginning, watching NASCAR for as long as I can remember, 2005 was, if any of you NASCAR fans remember 2005, that was the year that Ford basically dominated. Like, if you turn into a race, and let's say you missed the race, you can even, without even knowing the finishing order, you could say, I guess the Ford won because they were just dominant. Carl Edwards, his inaugural rookies, even though he didn't get credit for it, inaugural rookie season, dominant year. I want to say 3, 4, 5 wins. I don't know. Greg Biffle had a dominant season. He was winning just about every other race on his son. Kenseth got up there a couple times, and Kurt Busch also had a series coming in as reigning champion. So, in that year, really satisfied Ford. And then they kind of fell off. Granted that Matt Kenseth did challenge Jimmy Johnson for a title in 2006. They kind of fell off from 2006 to 2009. 2009 started off good, but they kind of fell off. And then they just showed resurgence. I don't know what that name is. But resilience at the end of 2010, and everyone said, oh, it's going to be Carl Edwards. I don't think it's going to be Carl Edwards. I think it's going to be the Ford brand. I think this year we're going to see a good old-fashioned battle between Ford and Chevy. And I know all, not even NASCAR fans, if you're a car guy, you know the greatest battle in American motorsport is what? Chevy versus Ford. I think we're going to see that this year. Because the Fords are off to amazing starts. Amazing starts. And truly, their success so far this season is mirroring 2005. Now, 2005, they didn't win the championship, but they damn near came close. Greg had it down to the last race, and Tony just took it from him. And I think this year, now, granted, it's early in the race. I want to say they're going on to 8 races at Talladega. But truly, I think this is the year that they can really bump up. Me being a Toyota fan, I like that, but I'm really resilient. I'm really open. And truly, I'm in the campaign. I'm starting the campaign anybody before you. I don't care who wins. Okay, I might have hated the driver a couple years ago, but now everyone's done the same thing. As long as you can beat Jimmy, you're cool with me. And I think Ford can do that this year. I mean, the new Dodge Ford engines are amazingly fast. It seems like the tracks that they good are the same tracks they were good in 2005. The intermediate tracks, they're still working on short tracks, and I think give them a couple years. But intermediate tracks, super speedways. But I think the two tracks I want to see how they do are the road courses and the short tracks. Because everyone who has watched it knows short tracks in recent years have belonged to two brands, and mainly two drivers. Jimmy Johnson, and Denny Hamlin, Martinsville. And then you got Richmond and Bristol. Kyle Busch is pretty much on that point. So pretty much, I think when you go to short tracks, you gotta look out for the Dodge, for the Toyotas and the Chevys, because I think that's a good battle. But I'm telling you guys, at the end of the year, you guys might look back on this video and say, hey, he warned us, we didn't listen. But I'm telling you guys right now, warn to the wise, advice to the wise, put stock in Ford right now because they are fast. And I'm telling you, we're coming up in Daytona this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Ford have a dominant performance. I wouldn't be surprised if you see the Daytona 500 winner Trevor Bayne even challenge up there. Because one thing I think, and okay, I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, I think it's gonna be there. So now on to Talladega. This weekend, Talladega. People say, who's gonna be fastest? Who's gonna be that? And tell the truth, all you people who make predictions to Talladega, I think you should stop. I'm putting this thing, you heard from me. I think nobody should predict races at Talladega or Daytona. Because anybody who's watched there you cannot pinpoint a winner from the 43 guys that start this race. Because you don't know. Now, granted, there might be some guys that stay around and you're like, okay, they're the ones who win. But you do not know. One mistake, one loose car, you slip out of the draft, you can go from 1st to 31st in a mere second. Like that. So fast. So, yeah. I don't think you predict the winner there. Pretty much, I told people I know, racing at Talladega and Daytona is almost like Russian roulette at 200 miles an hour. That's basically what it is. It's almost like you're rolling it. Okay, for example, NASCAR terms, what is it called? Called 99 black. Dang, because it's always like that. It's just going around. You never know where it's gonna stop. Where you never know who's gonna be there at the end. Now, granted, Talladega, knowing that kind of strategy is, you got to think towards the closer. You got to think towards the closer, Kevin Harvick. And he has been good. He's been dynamite on there. You know why? Because he knows what to do. He knows hang back because you know these guys are going to go crazy. Hang back and then make a run. But you know what? For all you people who think that's going to be the way it is, throw it out the window. Especially if the two-car draft that we saw at Daytona continues. Because if that happens, that's gone. Because basically, now, Harvick and all those guys who used to start in the back, they can do as much, but they better be wound up tight together. Because you cannot run in the back anymore. Because now the cars aren't in that pack anymore. These cars, I mean, granted you'll see some of that, but that's not the main thing. Now you can see these two-car drafts. For you people who didn't watch Daytona, it's pretty much what it just said. Two cars who are faster and a lot more. And truly, I think that's going to be the method. It's going to be what pair works out the best. What pair can get close to the best. And I know this is going to be one thing I want you guys to watch for if you're going to watch the race this weekend. Be sure to watch caution flags. Because truly, I think caution flags is going to be what determine this race and determine the strategy. Because most of these races, you're going to see one guy find a partner that he's going to work well with. And believe me, ball and green flag, those two cars are going to stick together for as long as possible. Even when the car gets overheated and they say switch and they switch positions, they're going to still stay with them. And I think caution flags are what's really going to throw a wrench in these plans. Because I think caution flags, that's when they're going to split up the pack. That's where, if you're running like that, that means you're going to be starting below the guy that you were working with all day. And you got some other cars who, and that's going to pose a problem because the guys behind you, they're not going to wait. They don't want to wait for you. They don't want you to wait to get where your partner let go and launch you to get away. No, they're going to be pushing you. They're going to be like, go, go, go. So I think caution flags are truly what's going to change this thing, this strategy of two-car drafts. I've been going for 12 minutes and going to come to it soon. So basically, out of all things, and Nationwide Series, same thing. If I had to pick, alright, here's my picks for this weekend's race. For this Nationwide, for the Nationwide Aaron's 312, and the Cup Series Aaron's 499. In the Nationwide Series, it's tough to count a winner. Because truly, if you watch the last couple of Nationwide races at Talladega, it's always at the last lap. But truly, here's one guy I think can survive towards the end. I think it's gonna be some guy. I'm trying to think who it is, but you know what? I'm gonna put my faith in Brad Keselowski. Because Brad Keselowski, he's not only the reigning champion of the race, he knows how to get around there pretty dang well. He used to be the prodigy of Dale Earnhardt Jr. And if you're the prodigy of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and you go to a restricted plate track, you know how to win there. Because that's what Junior does. Junior is bred for restricted plate racing. And I think Brad Keselowski, that rubbed up on him. So don't be surprised if you see Brad Keselowski hang up towards the front with his teammate, Sam Hornish. Now y'all saying, well, Sam Hornish, where's he going? He's in the Nationwide Series. Runs limited schedule for 12. Don't be surprised if you see him up there. Because, like I said, it's a wild card. Now for the Aaron's 499, that's when it's going to be tough. Because you got a lot of things. But you know what? I think these two guys are going to work together. And I think these guys are going to these four guys, I think you're going to have to watch here. These two guys worked well at Daytona. And I think they're going to hook up again at Talladega. Kurt Busch and Regan Smith. Regan almost won the fall race a couple years ago for that controversial finish, for any of you guys who know. But, and they worked really well. I mean, you looked at it. They worked really well, so that's all I got to say. And another group you got to look out for, and I think it's true because these two guys want to win at Talladega, I think you got to look out for Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. Two teammates, I think they'll do well. So I got to close out here. I ain't got that much time. So, very much comment on this video. Let me know your picks for the Aaron's 212 and the Aaron's 499. I'd love to hear them. Before I go, one nominee for this week's Campy Award winner is Jack Roush. Go get him, Roush. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.